Hey guys, Johnny here of Crafty Beer Reviews, and today, as you can plainly see, I'm not doing a beer review. Rather, I'm doing a reply to Chris Stouts over at Beer Geek Nation. Now, for those of you that don't know Chris, and I'm guessing if you're watching this video, there's a very small chance, like maybe 0.0001% you don't know who Beer Geek Nation is. Definitely one of the biggest beer tubers of all time. Now, he did a video a couple of days ago about where he's been, and if you haven't seen that video, definitely go check it out. I will post a link. I'll either have an annotation or I'll have a link down in the description somewhere so you can go check it out if you haven't seen this video. But basically, he was keeping up to date on where he's been, what he was up to, and I just want to really, I don't have anything planned. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, but I want to send this reply out to him, and I doubt that Chris has ever seen one of my videos. I know he knows who I am because we have had a few comments back and forth on some of his videos, but I doubt he's ever seen one of my videos, so if you guys want to share it with him, be my guest for sure. But this is just something that I wanted to talk to the general beer tubing community about, is he had quite a few interesting statements that I would just personally like to address. Number one, and I think this is the thing that pissed off a lot of people, but to be on the fair side, I do also want to say that Chris did preface himself when he made this comment. He said that it's lonely being at the top of the beer tubing community. And he prefaced this by saying that this is going to come out sounding very pretentious, it might kind of sound shitty, it might make him sound like a douchebag, and I guess there's really no other way around it other than, yes, it does kind of make him sound like that. At the same time, he's acknowledging it, and at the same time, he is just being honest. If we're talking channels on YouTube that just strictly basically do beer reviews, I know he does a little bit of on location, this and that, but for the sake of our argument, let's just say basically we're talking about people that just do strict beer reviewing. Chris is number one. He's got the most subscribers. I mean, shit, I've got a little over 800 subs right now, which compared to him, nothing. At time of recording, he's got almost, or basically about 40 times the amount of subscribers that I do, and I'm sure more than that in terms of his views. So he's huge, and he is actually the number one guy, for doing beer reviews. I mean, in terms of subs, views, he's right. He is totally right. Now, it didn't come off as the most flattering way to say it. I will definitely say that, but he also acknowledged that. At the same time, in terms of beer-related channels, he's actually not the biggest one. Now, you guys might be scratching your head and saying, well, if he's not number one, who is? There's actually a channel, and they're based out of the UK, called the Craft Beer Channel. They've got more subs, they've got more views. Now, they don't do just beer reviews. As a matter of fact, they do a lot of everything. And I want to give a big shout out to them because they are very nice. They reply to everybody's comments. They actually, for being the biggest, one of the biggest, beer-related channels on YouTube, they are very down-to-earth, very, very friendly people. Johnny is the main guy that runs that thing, and he is an absolutely great guy. So if you have not checked out their channel, and it's weird plugging a channel, again, that's like 40, 41 times my size, but they just do some great stuff, and there may be some people that don't check them out because they're not strictly beer reviewers. They do on-location, food pairings, just all kinds of really interesting stuff. So if you're into craft beer, I think it's worth giving them a go. But that being said, Chris said it's only at the top. Well, there's somebody, Chris. There's somebody that's actually bigger than you. So I wouldn't say that you're necessarily alone. And then, you do have some other bigger beer tubers. You've got Peter, the Master of Hoppets. I think he's over 7,000 subs now. You've got Greg from Greg's Beer Reviews at who knows what. I mean, and I'm not going to get on a tangent about Greg. Let's just say that I have some thoughts about Greg, but I'm not going to air them. I don't want to derail this whole fucking video. So anyways, Chris said it's only the top. He said that he knows most of us other beer tubers don't watch his videos, don't comment on his videos, and that he's kind of accepted that, but it kind of, makes him feel alienated. Well, Chris, that's a two-way street, man, because you know what? You don't watch our videos, and you don't comment on our videos. Now, I get that you're the big boy, you're the head honcho of the beer tubing community, but would it kill you to watch any of our smaller channels? Would it kill you to reach out to us? I mean, do we really have to reach out to you? That's kind of what it came across as. I don't know if that, you said you were just airing how you were feeling, but I mean, yeah, that's not really cool. You can definitely reach out to us, talk to us. If you're supposed to be the biggest one in all of beer tubing, I think it's your responsibility to bring all of us together, because if there's nobody even close to your size, and frankly, like I said, Peter the Master of Hobbit's one of the bigger ones, and he's still not even half at the subscriber count that you are. So my point being is, it is not a one-way street, Chris. If you want to talk to other people in the community, guess what? I'm a free book, man. Shoot me a message. Comment on one of my videos. I've been doing this for 5 years. You've been doing it for over 7. I've been doing it for 5 years. That is a long time. That's a lot of editing, uploading, tagging videos. I mean, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of my life, actually. And I do it because I enjoy it. I do it because it's fun. I do it because I want to talk to you guys, And that being said, guys, I don't know what's been going on. I for the most part, unless it's a particular video, I don't get a lot of comments. And I'll be honest, that does kind of make me sad, to be honest. I love talking to you guys. The big reason that I upload these videos is I want feedback. I want to talk to you. I want to share, craft beer with other people. I don't always have time to hang out with friends and dissect a beer and talk about it. So this is kind of my way of almost having like a beer sharing community online. So I'll be honest, if you guys want to make my day, make sure to comment on these videos. I love talking with you. I love the back and forth. It really, really, truly makes this whole thing worthwhile. I mean, the viewers and the subscribers, that's what make it worth it. Chris even said that, and that's true. He also said that if he was like some of these smaller channels, and again, I'm on the smaller side, so I think that definitely counts me and a bunch of other people in, he said he doesn't know if he can do it, and he said that props to us. He doesn't know how we do it. Well, Chris, you know what? We do it because we enjoy it. We do it because it's fun. We do it because we want to share with people. I mean, I know you're giant, but it kind of feels like you've forgotten what it's like to be this size. You didn't always have almost 40,000 subs, buddy. Yeah. One time you had 800 subs, just like me, I mean, that's how it goes. I don't know. I think that's kind of funny. He also said he's done chasing beers. He said that he sees a lot of people, reviewing these hard-to-get these beers that you can only trade for New England-style IPAs. Well, you know what? New England-style IPAs are a huge thing in the community right now. People are excited about them. That's why there's so many people reviewing them. And you know what? I'm not going out of my way for them. And you mentioned Trillium, which is interesting because a lot of people have to go out of their way for Trillium. You said you had easy access. Good for you. Guess what? I know quite a few people. That's why I review a lot of Trillium too. But I also review a lot of stuff like Who Farted Here because they're local to me. They're doing New England style IPAs. Again, I'm excited about the style. Other people are excited about the style. It's one of those things that I think maybe even will be included in the BJCP at some point in the future. Again, that's not a discussion. Not to derail this whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. Chris came out as doing this update video, but he kind of had some very sharp, to me, very cutting remarks about the beer tubing community. And I think in general, it is a very close-knit community. There are these little, how should I put this without pissing people off? And it's not even that, I'm just trying to think of the correct words. I guess you have these little, it's almost like being at high school, where you have these different cliques, you know what I mean? Like, you've got the group that are kind of in the UK, like Adam's Craft Beer and Hopsign and Peter the Master of Hobbits and all those guys. And then, you've also got like the Dar and the Joe and the Eric Wood, and they've got their own little thing going on too, and they're kind of off in their own world. And then you've got the people that do, like anything you do, you got people that do the macros and everything, and then you've got people that do more just like basically local stuff, and you've got all these different things. So you've got a pretty big wide variety of different types of channels going on, but only certain ones are successful. And Chris is one of the ones that's successful. He also started a long time before most of us did. And Chris, I'm going to be honest with you, I think that's got a lot to do with it because you were lucky that you started back in the day when Jameson and Ryan and a bunch of those other guys were still doing it that aren't doing it anymore. The Better Beer Authority. As a matter of fact, interesting note for you guys, James Knott, who's one of my good friends, guess where Chris learned how to do his video editing and all that kind of shit? Better Beer Authority. There you go. That's right. So he lent you a helping hand. Chris, I think that if you want to not be alienated, I think if you want to feel more in tune with the community, I think you need to reach out to us. It's not always about us going to you. And I also think that you can help some of us out. Let's do some collaboration beer reviews. Let's do, something. Let's do a podcast together. What's wrong with that? The Better Beer Authority used to reach out to other, beer tubers. What's so wrong, But yeah, so this is just basically my thoughts, guys. If you saw the video, and I know this was huge, I don't expect you to have watched this whole thing, but if you watched that video, please let me know your thoughts, your comments, your questions, anything like that down below. If you enjoyed this video or anything else, please let me know that as well. And of course, as always, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer, even if it's ranting about another person talking about beer online. Cheers.